Nice little date night with wifey tonight, and we're about to leave, but I didn't have enough time to do a video today, but I wanted to actually record a quick video and just talk about the state of crypto, where my head's at with everything. I haven't done one of these in a little bit, so I want to go over a couple things. Obviously not going to look at the charts, but I really think everything I'm going to talk about will give my perspective, because that's all this is. That's all Crypto Capital Venture YouTube channel is. It's just my perspective on things. But as you know, if you watch my videos, it's just very simple data that I've been tracking throughout the cycles of crypto, right? And right now, part of that is after Bitcoin halving of last cycle, 2020 Bitcoin halving, Bitcoin topped out all-time high over 500 days after the Bitcoin halving. Now, the halving before that, same thing. And right now we're like, what are we like? 80 some days or something past Bitcoin halving. And I've talked about this nonstop. Right now you might be rolling your eyes like, dude, you keep saying that. But what better piece of data is there that we have right now that says that we have so much left in this bull cycle than that piece of data? There is other data and other indicators and signals and all that good stuff on the macro, but that is the most simple piece of data. And you can understand that and kind of absorb that even without looking at a chart. So we have a ton of time left of this cycle. Now here's the other thing, and this is really why I wanted to kind of do this video. What cycle, and I don't know how long you've been here, but what cycle, what Bitcoin halving did we ever have where we have like legislation being so close to getting passed in Congress, and where we've seen a massive shift from a political perspective in terms of, you know, people within Congress getting on board the crypto train. The pendulum has been swinging like crazy in our direction, in the right direction, for like the last year or two. And what cycle ever have we ever seen this? So the confluence of that happening right now, and notice I'm not talking about institutions. I'm not talking about BlackRock right now, because that's there too. Bitcoin spot ETF, that's there too. ETH ETF, Solana applying for an ETF, altcoin ETFs are on their way. It's all there. I'm not even talking about any of that. I'm just, the one thing that's just like on my mind right now, what cycle have we had the congressional momentum heading in the right direction for crypto? And I say that also in an election year where, as Biden is building his anti-crypto army, Elizabeth Warren is still just building her anti-crypto army, we have a presidential candidate, Donald Trump, being pro-crypto, building a pro-crypto army. This is like, this election is truly, from compared to any other previous elections while crypto existed, this election truly has crypto as like a big talking point. When has that ever happened? And again, the confluence of all of these things right now happening, and this is what I think a lot of people don't realize, it's happening as we have a Bitcoin halving that just happened. I know it's been a couple of months, but it just happened. And in previous cycles, we have Bitcoin topping out over 500 days later. We have over a year worth of potential bullish momentum ahead of us. We have altcoin season, which I don't even think happened yet. And so that's kind of the crypto roadmap. That's the Bitcoin roadmap. And there's so many other things happening from an event standpoint that plays into that. But on the altcoin side of things, and you all know, I've talked a lot about kind of where I am with my head in terms of altcoins. Cardano, huge play of mine. Dog on Bitcoin, a meme coin on Bitcoin, huge play of mine. When it comes to meme coins, completely fairly distributed and under $1 billion market cap, has such a good narrative and brand. I talk about BASE, which is Coinbase's network that they launched. BASE has launched and is just breaking its own records, it seems, as I'm on X just watching data and updates. But BASE is going to be a huge play in terms of the altcoin space. And all of these things are just foundations. And we have Cardano, obviously, moving into this environment of decentralized governance and community-run blockchain, a top 10 chain run by the community. from that standpoint alone, I wonder about institutions that are getting on board the altcoin train, right? ETH ETF, Solana ETF, they're trying to get going. When you have a blockchain that is completely community run and as big as Cardano, I just think there's going to be, I don't know who the first big player will be to pick this up, but I really think there's going to be someone, and that's going to kind of be the catalyst, and that's going to ignite some big things for Cardano, I think. And then just beyond all of that, everybody, altcoin season, in my view, has not even happened yet. And we have just an entire bull season to look forward to right now. Those are just my thoughts. And I just kind of wanted to do a quick video on it, just summing it all up without the distraction of charts and looking at charts. And these are just off the top of my mind. I mean, there are so many other things in play right now, but these are just some of the big things that are kind of floating around out there. Obviously, every month we kind of have new kind of news events that are happening that are driving markets on the shorter to midterm. But from a macro perspective, when I look at the technicals, and we do technical analysis all the time, and then I look at what is actually setting up, and I look at like the anti-crypto army losing in the courts, like SEC, Gary Gensler, they've been losing so much momentum over the last year. And I only think that will continue because, as I've said time and time again, the law is not on their side. I just think we're in a really good spot, but I think it's incredibly important. And I want to say this, I should have started with it. No matter what happens, prepare for anything, right? Expect the worst, right? So anticipate everything, expect nothing really. And if we do get gains, from now into gain season, altcoin season, all-time highs, I think it's so important to remain humble no matter what is happening, and remain humble if it doesn't happen. And that's kind of what my goal is here, to remain humble, continue following the data, stick to my plan, not overextend myself. And those are some of my thoughts right now, and wanted to share that with you. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.